Figuring out the YouTube algorithm is kind of like winning a golden ticket. If you can make videos that YouTube likes, you can quickly grow your channel because YouTube will be putting your videos all over its platform. The problem is that the algorithm is kind of like a black box. Because YouTube collects so many different data points, no one can really tell what YouTube actually likes in terms of the different components of your videos. But in this video, I'm going to be going over the 3 most important metrics that the YouTube algorithm cares about: your click-through rate, your watch time, as well as your average view duration. I'm going to be showing you how these 3 metrics work together and how you can use them to get your videos suggested all over YouTube. These are the 3 metrics that are weighted the most within the YouTube algorithm, and I'm going to be proving this with 3 different video examples, 2 videos that did really well and 1 video that did poorly, and I'm going to be showing you how the algorithm came into play to determine the outcome of each of these videos. So with that being said, let's get started. Now, before we understand how the algorithm itself works, we have to understand what YouTube's goals are. YouTube, at the end of the day, is a business, and a business is trying to make as much money as possible while keeping its customers happy. Now, the way YouTube makes its money is through ads, right? Each of these videos, they'll have 1 to 5 ads, and the more videos I watch, the more ads that I watch, and in turn, YouTube makes more money. So YouTube's goal at the end of the day is to keep me on the platform as long as possible so I can watch a ton of ads within these videos, and in return, what I'm getting is all of this content for technically free. Now, if I want to watch as many ads as possible, what does YouTube have to do? They have to give me videos, first of all, that I want to click on. If none of these videos are appealing to me, I'm not going to watch any videos, and YouTube isn't going to be able to make money off of me watching ads. So first of all, they have to get me to click on the video. But after I click on the video, they don't want me to just click on a video and then go away after 10 seconds because the video was boring. They want me to actually watch the video all the way through. So effectively, the 2 things that YouTube is looking for is it's looking for me to click on the video and then watch the video all the way through. And this is how YouTube maximizes the amount of money it makes. It maximizes its money when I'm watching a bunch of different videos all the way through because I'm staying on the platform for as long as possible. So these are the 2 things that YouTube keeps in mind when it's ranking different videos. When it's putting videos in front of my face, it's maximizing for these 2 objectives. Now, like we said earlier, the first thing YouTube wants people to do is click on your video, and it measures the amount of people that are clicking on your video through a metric called the click-through rate. So if we go on one of my videos, this is one example, and we go to reach in the analytics, and then we click on the impressions click-through rate, we can see the change in click-through rate over time. And what the click-through rate is the total amount of people that are clicking my video out of the amount of people the video was shown to. So say I have 100 people that saw my thumbnail. They saw it when they were searching for something, they saw it on their homepage, they saw it in their suggested videos, and only 10 people out of those 100 people clicked on it. Well, the click-through rate is 10 out of 100, so it's 10%. And if you go into your analytics, you can see over here that YouTube actually shows you all of your impressions. This is everywhere your thumbnail is being shown, and then it's showing you how many people actually view it. And this number divided by this number gives you your click-through rate. So that is the first metric. Now, if people are clicking on my video, YouTube really likes that. But the second thing people have to do is they have to actually watch my video, because if they're just clicking on it and going away, I'm not really helping YouTube reach its objective of having people watch as many ads as possible. So how do I know if people are watching my video? What does YouTube look at? Well, YouTube looks at your watch time, right? So if you go back into your settings, you can see that beside views, you have your total watch time in hours, and you can see how much of your video people have actually watched. So these are the 2 metrics that YouTube looks at. It looks at the watch time as well as the click-through rate. Now, the problem with you looking at the watch time is that you can make videos that are different in terms of length. I can have a video that's 2 minutes long, and I can have a video that's 10 minutes long, and people can watch 100% of the 2-minute video and only 20% of the 10-minute video, and they'll have the same amount of watch time. So the watch time isn't really normalized, so you shouldn't be comparing all of your videos in terms of total watch time, which is where the 3rd metric comes into play. The 3rd metric is the average view duration. So this is the percent of your videos people usually watch on average. And if you go over here and you go to audience retention, you can see for this video, the one that's currently getting 2,000 views per day, that people watch about 38.2% of the video. And this is a better way for you to look at your statistics because all of your videos will be normalized with this percentage. So if my videos are different in length, but both of them have 50% of audience retention, it means they're both doing pretty well. And now what we can do is we can look at these 3 different metrics together and see how they're used within the algorithm itself. Now I'm going to be showing you how these 3 metrics come together in the YouTube algorithm and how they work together to actually choose which videos will be favored. So this is a very rough, basic example of a YouTube search. And say I made a video and my video ended up ranking 4th in the search, and these were the stats behind the videos. So my video, the average watch time was 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and about 9% of people clicked on it. So obviously the click-through rate isn't going to reach 100% for these 4 videos because some people might go to the second page of the search. So not everyone is clicking on these videos, but let's say that out of all the people that see my video, 9% click on it. Well, what YouTube might notice is that my video is currently ranked 4th, but people are really liking it. So YouTube's going to think like, okay, this video is getting more watch time than the video above it, which means that people are spending more time on it, and therefore people are spending longer on the platform. So this video is actually doing more good to YouTube than the video above it. So what YouTube might actually do is it might test this out by taking my video and moving it to the 3rd spot on the search, and it's going to push this video down to the 4th spot because my video has a higher view duration. So what happens after YouTube moves my video up in the search because of the average view duration? Well, first of all, because the video is ranked higher, more people are just going to see it before this 4th video, and they're going to be more likely to click on it. So there's a high chance that my click-through rate is going to increase just because the video is ranked higher. Now that my click-through rate has increased, this means that my video is going to get more views on this day. And since it's getting more views on this day, the average view duration can change. It can either, go up, go down, or stay the same. So if people are clicking on this video and this video is getting more views, but people are now watching less of the video because it's not that relevant, let's say that the click-through rate goes up, but the average view duration goes down to 1 minute and 10 seconds because this video is not that relevant, YouTube will push this video back down to 4th because this video is doing better in the 3rd spot. Well, let's say that people really like this video. Because it's ranked higher in the search, people that are watching this video actually really like it, and it turns out to be a very relevant video. The average view duration actually goes up to 2 minutes and 50 seconds. What YouTube will then do is be like, okay, we push this video up and people like it even more. People like it more than the video that's right above it. So let's push it up again. And what YouTube will effectively do is take this video, it'll push it up because the average view duration is higher, and it'll push this video down. And YouTube is just optimizing this search page, this example search page, just so that people stay on the platform for as long as possible. And because this video is now getting even more views and people are watching it even longer, YouTube likes this video more because it's doing more good for them. Now let's say that the average view duration now drops to 2 minutes and 45 seconds. There's even more people clicking on it because it's even higher, but people aren't watching it as much as the top video. People really like the top video and they're watching 3 minutes of it. So my video, the average view duration is still higher than the second video, but it's not as high as the top video. So what YouTube will most likely do now is it'll keep the video where it is because this is the perfect place for the video right now, because the videos above it are doing more good for YouTube because people are staying on the platform for a longer amount of time, whereas the videos below my video are doing less good for YouTube because people are staying on the platform for a shorter amount of time. So you can now see how these metrics come into play and how they work together through this basic example, and I hope it makes sense. So essentially what the YouTube algorithm is always doing is it's always moving your videos around in different pages of the search and different suggested videos, and it's trying to see where the video is best put. So where it's bringing them the most amount of money compared to the other videos on the platform. And it's constantly experimenting with the change in the click-through rate and the change in the watch time of your videos. And these are all 4 of the possible scenarios you can have, right? So when YouTube moves your videos, the CTR can either go up or it can go down. And then once your CTR changes, your view duration can go up or it can go down. And this is basically the relationships you want to look for. And I'll be showing you examples later on, but this is basically what each relationship means. So if you notice over time, the CTR of your video go up and the video view duration goes down, it means that your video is being ranked higher, but now your video is becoming less relevant because people aren't watching it. So what YouTube will probably do is it won't push it up even higher because people are watching it for a shorter amount of time. What you want to aim for is this optimal scenario right here. You want the video click-through rate to go up. So YouTube is slowly pushing your video higher and higher, and as it's pushing higher, people are actually watching the video for a longer amount of time. And this basically means that YouTube is putting your video in the most relevant spot, and your video is going to get even more views because people are really enjoying your video even if there's more people watching it. And this is how you have a very relevant video that is going to get a lot of views. Now what YouTube could also do is over time you'll notice your click-through rate actually goes down and your view duration goes down, which basically means that YouTube is moving your video lower, and it's not doing this to, penalize you, because YouTube wants every video to be in the best spot possible. If every video is in the best spot possible, then YouTube is making the most money it can. This just means that there's better videos that are coming out now. The new videos that are coming out are more relevant and people are watching them for a longer amount of time, which ultimately makes your video old, right? So there's not much you can do here. But as you can see, to favor the algorithm, your goal is to have as high of a CTR as possible while trying to increase your view duration at the same time, because you want people to click on your video and you want them to watch your video. Now, to get people to actually click on your video, you have to change your title, your description, and your thumbnail. And you have to make it as relevant as possible, because while you're trying to make people click on your video, you still want them to watch your video so you can have this up case scenario. So you have to change the thumbnail so it's relevant, because if you do clickbait, people aren't going to watch your video. So it's kind of a battle between having a video that's as clickable as possible while making sure your content is also engaging. And once you can get both of these pieces down, your video is going to be more favored within the algorithm. And I'm going to be showing you now this with 3 different examples. So the first example I'm going to be showing you is a video that did really well. This video is getting about 2,000 views a day and it's only at 19,000 views. So it's pretty much at the top of the search, and within the next month or two, this video is going to have over 100,000 views. And I can tell this video is going to go viral because I'm looking at the same metrics as before. So the 3 things we're looking at here are the click-through rate, the watch time, and the average view duration. And so if we go into reach, what we can see is the average click-through rate is 8.4. What we can also see is that the video actually started off with a very low click-through rate. It was about 3.7%. And over time, the click-through rate started to go up and up and up, which basically means that YouTube kept pushing the video higher and higher, like our example from before, and people liked the video a lot. So YouTube kept it up there, and now it's getting about a 10% click-through rate consistently. Now we know that YouTube really liked this video because people are watching it longer than the other videos. And we can see this by going back into engagement. And here we can see that about 38% of the video is watched for every view it gets. And within the first minute, there's about 60 people that still stay, which is pretty high. And if we go back to the reach, we can also look at the click-through rate and see when YouTube actually realized that this video had a lot of potential. So if we go over here and we go to May 19th, we can see that the click-through rate was 8%. And then on May 20th, the click-through rate jumped all the way to 10%. And after that, it stayed pretty consistent. And what we can do is we can go to the video analytics and go back to engagement and look at the audience retention for both of these separate days. 19th with the low click-through rate and May 20th with the high click-through rate, and see the difference in audience retention once YouTube pushed the video up. So all you have to do is click on see more and the advanced analytics open up, but I have it opened up over here for May 19th and for May 20th. And what we can see is May 19th is the day my video did really well, and the click-through rate was 8%. When the click-through rate was 8%, my video was watched on average 41.6% of the way through. And YouTube was like, wow, this is a really high number. Let's see what happens when we push the video up. So what YouTube did was they pushed the video up. And when they pushed the video up, the click-through rate went from 8% to 10%, and more people watched it. And when more people watched it on May 20th, the actual view duration only dropped by 4%. So the view duration was still 38%. And this basically told YouTube, you know, we pushed this video up because it was doing really well. And now that the video is in front of even more people, people are still liking it, which signals that this video still has even more potential. And slowly over time, YouTube just kept pushing the video up. And you can see that the click-through rate did go up, but the average view duration stayed about the same, which signals that it's a good video. Now, if this average view duration was to go down and it was to drop to like 20%, then YouTube would drop the click-through rate again. It would push my video down again because people aren't staying on the platform that long when they watch my video. So as you can see from this example, you know, YouTube slowly experiments with your click-through rate, and if people still like your video, that's how you know you have a very good video. Now, what are the actual numbers you should be looking for when you're trying to determine if you have a good video or not? So it's very dependent on each channel. If I go onto my this PowerPoint here, these are the 3 numbers that I've noticed worked best for my channel. You can't just use these numbers because your channel is different. The way you figure out what the best numbers for you are is you go on your channel and you go to your most popular videos. When you look at your most popular videos, look at what the click-through rate is on average, look at what the watch retention is on average, and watch what the average view duration is within the first minute. So for me, I noticed that these 3 numbers work the best. If I have a video that has a 10% click-through rate, you know, about 35% of the video is watched on average, and about 70% of people stay within the first minute. So if I go into engagement for this video and I go into audience retention, you can see that approximately 63% of people stayed within the first minute. This is how I know I have a good video. So for me, these are the 3 metrics I look at. So 10% of the click-through rate, 35% of the video is watched, and 60 to 70% of people stay within the first minute. We go to this video that did really well, and we can go to reach. We can see that, the click-through rate is now around 10%. We can go into the engagement. More than 35% of people are watching the video, and within the first minute, there's about 60% of people that stick around. So for me, this is how I know I have a good video. I can go to another video example. This video over here is currently getting 2,800 views every 48 hours, and it currently has 50,000 views, which is really good for my channel. And we can look at the same statistics. We go to the click-through rate, and the average is 10%. And currently, the video has an average of an 11% click-through rate. We go into the overview, and we can see that the average view duration is 54%. So the average person watches more than half of the video. And within the first minute, we can see there's about 70% of viewers that are still here. So once again, I'm using these stats to see that YouTube is, pushing my video into the algorithm, and people are liking it even while YouTube ranks it higher and higher. Now here's a new example. This is a video that totally flopped on my channel. And what we can do is we can look at the exact same statistics and see that because of these click-through rates, view durations, and watch times being very low, YouTube did not like my video because people were not staying on the platform. If I go into reach, what we can see is the average click-through rate was only 4%, and it's constantly being shifted from like 4% to 3% to 8%, and YouTube is trying to find a place to put this video, but there's no real place that people like it, which means that the video itself was not that great. And then if we go into the engagement, we can see that people are only watching 30% of the video, and within the first minute, half the people are already gone. So this is not a good video. So what can you actually do with this data? Once you understand how the algorithm works, how can you use this information to further grow your channel? Well, this video itself did really well, right? And I can actually reflect and see why this video did super well. So the first thing I'll notice is that the click-through rate was very high. And this could have been because of the thumbnail I used. So in the future, I'm going to be using more thumbnails in this style. The second thing I noticed was that people really liked this video, and they were sticking around for the first minute, right? 70% of people were around for the first minute. And for the first minute of this video, I actually had a hook. I didn't start the video by going into the information, but rather I gave a kind of a funny intro to the actual content, and people really liked that. They enjoyed seeing that personality side of me. So I know this is something I'm going to be doing more in the future. Now, when your video doesn't do well, the information from this video is still very, very useful. What I can do is I can try changing the thumbnail and see every single week if my click-through rate changes to find a thumbnail that works. And if my click-through rate is staying about the same, it means that none of the thumbnails are really working. Another thing I can do is go back to the engagement and see where people are really leaving. So what I notice is that a lot of people end up staying around till the 41-second mark, and then after that, it just goes straight down. And this 41 seconds is actually just my intro, and I'm not doing anything funny or being very engaging. I'm just talking about Google Chrome and Google Chrome extensions in general. And this tells me that people don't really like that. And if my video is going to drag out for the first 40 seconds, just talking about Google Chrome, then people aren't going to stick around. So in the future, I'm going to try to make my hook a lot more engaging because I've learned that that is why people want to stay. If I show more of my personality, people stick around longer. And that is how I use this information. And you can do the same thing. Look at the difference in click-through rate when you're changing your title or your description or your thumbnails. And if your click-through rate is going up, it means you found a thumbnail that works. And then go into your engagement and look at your audience retention and your watch time. So what you can do is for each of your videos, you can have different kinds of hooks and different kinds of intros and see how that impacts the first minute of your video and find what actually has people stay on your video for as long as possible, because that is exactly what the algorithm likes. So I know this video is very long and it was very detailed, but hopefully you guys learned a thing or two. If you did, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching. My name is Iovo, and I'm signing out.